Hey everyone, welcome to the walkthrough of agentic. So this is a security meta agent designed to act as the guardrails for the agentic era. So as AI agents transition to taking action, they connect to external MCP servers and dynamic Python code skills. So however, this introduces a series of vulnerability cases. The latest M trends and Google security reports confirm that software supply chain compromises, third-party app connections, and vendor access abuse represents high-impact entry points. In fact, over 34% of intrusions have undermined entry points, showing how stealthy dependency attacks are in this era. So, in the AI landscape, attackers exploit this by poisoning public registries with like prompt overrides or exfiltration triggers hidden inside like tool descriptions. So to solve this, I built agentic using the Google Agent Development Kit or ADK. So agentic is like a security gatekeeper that audits tools before they enter your production environment. So under the hood, it uses an ADK multi-agentic structure as seen in the diagram. So the coordinator agent accepts tool descriptions and delegate tasks. Like the static analyzer, there are sub-agents. So the static analyzer sub-agent scans metadata, JSON schemas, and entry points. So while the dynamic analyzer runs behavioral model simulations and AST sandbox verifications to like intercept suspicious attacks and activities. So let's move to our first demonstration. So to visualize the outputs, inputs, and how the workflows are delegated and how the overall end-to-end agentic multi-agent system works, I'm using ADK Web or the dev environment. So here goes the input. So I'll explain the input a little bit. So as you can see in this instance, it uses an obfuscated reflective code execution. So this kind of tests the sandboxing and reflection. So as you can see in this input, so this code uses a dynamic string reconstruction or XOR decryption and Python frame reflection to resolve and run exec without mentioning any restricted words in the source code. So why this kind of defeats basic scanners is like there's no blocked keywords and there's no encrypted payload, and also it allowed imports. The imports math and system commands like it looks completely like normal. So how agentic catches it is the code tries to access like sys.getFrame. So accessing system execution frames is a severe sandbox boundary violation. So which will be caught by the AST structure traversal when inspecting like dangerous attributes. Yeah, so as you can see, so it's kind of successfully identified this is a critical case. In our second demonstration is even more trickier. So it's a benign looking data backup tool. So there are zero typical jailbreak triggers, words like override or ignore instructions, and the text has like normal entropy. However, it describes a dangerous data leakage behavior where it reads local user files, converts them to URL parameters, and sends them to like external audit domains. So standard regex and static checkers pass it as like completely clean. So, but when we submit it to agentic as seen here, the dynamic analyzer runs a live model calling simulation using Vertex AI Gemini. So during the simulation, the model attempts to trigger the tool, producing an execution trace containing the external URL. So the differential analyzer detects the exfiltration attempt and it issues a safety block. So this proves that agentic goes beyond scanning code. It kind of understands the runtime tool behavior.